We live in interesting times. I never thought I'd have to do a video like this here. I've always had darker visions of the country. I'm Gen X. I grew up hiding under my desk from the Russian missiles. So, but never thought it'd get this dark. There's always forces to resist this kind of darkness. Trump's going to try everything he can do to steal the election, down to declaring martial law and trying to cancel the election, and we've got to be ready for all of these things. But the SAVE Act, not going to pass. I don't think it's going to pass. But there's people trying to convince Trump to do an executive order to pretty much do the SAVE Act. Now, there's lawyers. I forgot the main lawyer shows up on Midas Touch. I watched that episode, and he's got lawsuits ready to go. Now, that's great, but depending on the timing of the executive order and the election, it could throw everything into chaos, and it's going to take a day or two for a court to decide. He absolutely doesn't have the power to do what he thinks he's going to try to do, but until a court takes action, he gets to do what he wants to do. Scary, man. It's scary. So, I'm telling y'all, get your papers together. Get your birth certificate. If you don't have it, you got time, man. We got a few months. I had to dig mine up and spend like $30 online to get it, and like an online notary and all this stuff to get it. Because, I've had the kind of life where, I haven't carried around a whole lot of files, you know what I'm saying? So I lost that, but I had to get that so I could get the real ID. Now, I thought the real ID would cover you, but that's questionable. I've been debating with Marta about that, looking up stuff online. Undocumented people cannot get real ID in most states. There are certain states where their real ID has an extra thing that says citizen or not citizen on it, so that might work. But birth certificate, if you can afford it, and this is why they're trying to fuck with people. Passport. Get a passport. It's a couple $100. You gotta have your birth certificate and all that. Have all your papers in order to get that. And this is where I think it's going to bite them in the ass. Okay? It's a known fact that the red states are poorer than the blue states. And as such, the people in the red states are poorer than the people in the blue states. So, there would be more people in the blue states that could afford to get a passport, or might already have a passport, because there's just those kind of people in the blue states, right? And then other factors. The SAVE Act and the ideas behind the SAVE Act, that I think they're trying to fuck with transgender people. I mean, that's really, they got a real hard on for other people's genitalia and what they do with it, because that apparently has some dramatic effect on their lives somehow, what other people are doing with their genitalia. So I think it's aimed at trans people, because they just these knee-jerk fucking ideas that they come up with. They don't really think out. You have to register under the name you were born as. Now, a big effect there is going to be women that married, maybe there's probably men that do it too, you just don't hear about it much, but change their last name after they get married. Now, I don't know the statistics, but based on what I do know, I believe there would be fewer Democrat women that changed their last name when they got married. Because, you know, women's libs, stuff like that. But the Republican women, they all did it. I'm sure they all changed their name when they got married. So, you Republican women, just tune out. Go away. Go away. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to other people there. Get your marriage certificates and shit in order. All of your papers in order, man. Have a file. Carry your file to the polling station, man. Have your passport, have your birth certificate, social security card, a notary with you, your marriage certificate, whatever you got, man. We have reached the stage of fascism where you have to have your papers. So get your papers in order. Michael Carell from the WTH News Network. And I'm sure I'm going to be able to come up with a happy story to cheer you up any day now. So stay tuned. I'm sure I'll find one, man. I'll find a puff piece for you. I don't know, man. I'll try. I'm going to give it my best shot. You know, we're in this together, all right? So hit subscribe and all those buttons. It helps out a lot. Follow us on Substack, and, you know, get a paid registration if you can, or a paid subscription over there if you can. But we're going to keep at it. What else can you do? I'm Gen X. The motto of my generation was live fast, die young. And I did everything in my power to live up to that motto. And the die young thing didn't happen, so I got to keep going and doing shit. That part didn't work out, so here I am. Thorn in the side of the status quo for most of my life. Thank you from the WTH News Network. Thank you for subscribing and hitting all those buttons. We'll see you soon for some happy news. Sure, it's coming, man. The check is in the mail.